D-Smoke, you was my nigga, bruh.
Ooh, I bet they can't stand me. Ooh, I bet they can't stand me.
What's good, everybody? So today we're going to be doing a quick reaction video to D-Smoke Rapture. Now I listened to the video today, I listened to the song today. The song is beautiful. I'm talking about it's beautiful. Great visuals, the effects, the choreography, everything fine and dandy, okay? However, I do not like the message that it's portraying. Now let me explain. The reason why I don't like it is because, not because of we need to be there for our women. That's not what I'm dealing with. I'm dealing with the notion, the trend this year, and it's been going on for a couple of years because this pro-black movement is becoming a trend to people. Alright, so the best way for artists to get relevant or to stay relevant is for them to do certain stuff like that. Now I'm not saying that there are artists out there who aren't genuinely making music like this, because D-Smoke is somebody that I've been riding for since Rhyme and Flow.
Be feeling like who? Nobody. These niggas finally understand when I land, I'm the man. Fuck you thought this was, nigga, from Japan to the land. Suckers know what's up, nigga. I'm praying they overstand me. Every kid need a hero, I'm trying to be Uncle Stanley. Yeah. R.I.P. All I see is concrete. Burn rubber glass scattered on the concrete. Earn loving lives matter, so when hearts leak. Blood dripping live pattern, so my ink red when it's splattered. Don't flatter me, nigga. Save the compliments. Already know that my flow is bomb and shit. We can toast to our old accomplishments, but I'd rather coast, move forward and talk my shit. But they tell me eat smoke, take your time, it's a long dinner. Eat smoke, take your time, it's a long dinner. Eat smoke, take your time, it's a long dinner. It's one king and a few brothers. The last supper with black pepper, I'm fully seasoned with laughter. Ask my nigga bad boy I've been on. I'm a pit with a bunch of labs in the kino. Papa Sticks used to pull it back till he get on. Drop a fit, reach in the bag, a nigga pull out the stash to relax. Pass the blunt like communion. I know we friends, but nigga Jesus was homies with Judas.
And he made a lot of great music. One of my favorite songs from him is Last Supper, Black Habits. You know, his last album that he came out with, beautiful. Listen to it on repeat. Alright, so I don't have an issue with D-Smoke. But I have an issue with the way that this music video is portraying black men.
Waking up, holding and squeezing and showing it just how you feel in every moment, knowing it. After that vision, I'm willing to listen. After that sentence to an existence with.
Look in the very beginning of the video. You have James Baldwin having a conversation. They're reenacting James Baldwin having a conversation with this black woman in an interview.
What does the truth matter anyway? Why are you going to be truthful with me and you lie to everyone else? Treat me the same way you treat him.
I can't treat you the same way I treat him.
You must.
I can't.
You must. Because I've caught the frowns and the anger. He's happy with you. He doesn't know you're unhappy. You grin at him all day long.
They then go to a black man who I guess basically left his family per se.
We're soft at the core, won't explore past trauma just to make sure he could be a good father. Yeah. Imagine they missing for starters.
They're showing it as a way of the only people who are there for black women are black women.
When I think about black women, when I think about myself or other black women, I think about beauty. I feel like all black women are unique and beautiful.
We have to take care of this. We have to take care of that. We have to take care of the country. We have to take care of the people who hate us.
Not only do we have to carry ourselves, but we have to carry the weight of the world and the weight of our black men and the weight of our families and our children on our shoulders.
That's what makes us beautiful.
That's another notion that I hate, and we're going to get into that. Later on, you see that the man is in a room with black women who have been killed by police brutality.
The point it took a picture to disappear missing mornings with you waking up next to me. Breakfast in bed, should've did that more regularly. Making it negative to show you we appreciate you, but it's too late. Heaven got you in your true state. Listen here to what a fool say when you go.
And when the women turn around, they point at him as if he's the one to blame. And not only do they have all these sets of black women here, but they have a white man in the corner with, if I'm not mistaken, he has an American flag shirt on, and is pointing, faulting the black man for the deaths of these black women. That's what I call it visually from this video. So I'm like, what is y'all doing? There's a man right here in the corner who is the representation of white supremacy, and y'all faulting the black man for women that have died at the hands of white men. Ain't no colder predicament. Imagine God say she's sick of it.
Ain't no colder predicament. Imagine God said she's sick of it and took all her rings.
And I'm over here like, did he just say the black woman is God? And this is the notion that's being pushed. The whole notion of the black woman is God. We need to protect the black woman. The black woman is above all else. And all this other type of stuff. 85%, 90%, 95%, 98% of what you talk about in the so-called pro-black movement, pro-black conscious movement, is just the black woman. Anything that concerns the black woman, protecting the black woman. We need to be there for the black woman. As if black men haven't been for black women and haven't been there for black women for ages, for ions. But you have this notion of white supremacy, and you have been conditioned to think that me as a black man, that I never been for you. You have this notion because of the predicament that you were raised up in, that black men haven't been there for you. You may have never had a father in your life. Your brothers may have been abusive. You may have had an uncle that may have touched you the wrong way. You know, these different types of things that have happened personally within your life, these things that have went on within your life, you bring the personal to the forefront, and you accumulate, or you generalize black men as a whole based off of your personal experience, based off of what you personally were raised up in, what you went through, and also the men that you choose to associate with because of how you was raised. So you think that these are the right men to go to, but you keep falling and flopping over and choosing trashy men. Understand this, that when we are dealing with the notion that black men ain't this, black men ain't that, black men are trash, straight black men are the weakest link, these are notions that white supremacy is instilling into black women. As Dr. Frances Cress Welsing says, and I have her book, The ISIS Papers, one of the greatest books that I've ever read. Okay, ISIS Papers, Dr. Frances Cress Welsing. She has many lectures on YouTube concerning the destruction of the black family.
Going back to the Cress theory, that the attack on the black male by the system of white supremacy, because of its concern about white genetic survival, is what has foundationally caused the collapse of the so-called black family structure, and therefore large numbers of young male children being forced to function without father guidance. Do you see, when you have children longing for fathers, and no fathers are around because the fathers have been in one or another way destroyed, and so the children gather together. One of the phenomena is they can gather together in gangs, or they can feel frightened and immature, scared, do you see, because everybody is frustrated and angry, or large numbers of people frustrated and angry and fighting, and so therefore I have to defend myself. Do you see? But we have to go back and look at what is that cause? What is the causation?
Because often we don't look at the cause. We just look at
some things we look at what is the cause.
Yeah, and sometimes it's right.
And other things we don't. When you don't want to solve a problem, you never look for causation. Do you see? If you want the status quo to be maintained, then you start the alphabet at K instead of starting at A. Am I making? You see?
Yeah.
And she breaks it down beautifully concerning the black family and what they are doing in terms of emasculating the black man. Because if they take out the black man, they take out the protection, they take out the soldiers, they take out the security of the black woman. Yes, I'm all for protecting black women, but you cannot tear down and emasculate your black man in terms of manipulating him to be there for you. and then you don't hold yourself accountable for the actions that you have caused and that you have done to the community or to the race. You can't point your fingers at somebody else unless 3 fingers are pointing right back at you. I heard this from a reverend in my mom's church growing up. He said you cannot point at somebody and not have 3 fingers pointing right back at you. You cannot accuse the black man of this, that, and the third. And mind you, most of these black men that you're accusing of all this trauma and being trash, they were raised by you. They didn't get these traits from, you know, from their father per se. They could have, who knows. But these men, most of these men that you want to claim are trash and this and that, and they're emasculine and they hold in their feelings and all this other type of stuff, these men were raised by women. In another notion, when concerning the whole black woman is God concept, you put your woman on a pedestal to the point where she feels like anything that she can say goes, anything that she can do, she don't have to hold herself accountable or hold other women accountable as well, because she's God and she has to be protected at all costs despite what she says or what she does. I had a woman actually tell me this last year, that you're supposed to be for us and down for us and protect us despite whatever we say, despite whatever we do, and despite however we choose to conduct our lives. So now you give these particular types of women entitlement. You give them a form of an ego. You stroke their ego to the point where they feel like they can conduct themselves any type of way, and you as a man are supposed to take it. And while doing this, they will attack your masculinity and say that you're toxic, you're fragile in your masculinity, all this other type of stuff, because you don't do what she says, or, you know, just all types of predicaments and stuff like that. But not to make this a long video, I want to just show you and give you a critical analysis upon what's being shown here in this video and what they're pushing out in the media. You know, Meg Thee Stallion just reached out to Kamala Harris and talking about black women do deserve better and all this. I talked about that in the last video as well. But what you're seeing here, and I'm warning y'all, okay, and they've been doing this ever since the 1970s, when the feminist movement wanted to add black women into their movement with their intersection wave, where they wanted to bring black women into the feminist movement to separate them from the black man, to cause further division. Shahrazad Ali, she breaks this down beautifully, and I have her book as well, The Black Man's Guide to Understanding the Black Woman.
What I'm saying is that we have mixed up our priorities. We cannot go outside the home and correct it until we correct the problems we have inside the home. So our being out of control is that we have refused to allow and accept the black man to give us any direction on anything we're doing. Just like the black man's failure and his impotence to function in this society, that's not innate. This is something that has been bred into us since we have come to this country. What we need to do now is to recognize, you know, where we are, and for us sisters, not to fight me if you are not guilty of the things that I charge in my book. I need you to get on my side and to help me raise these other sisters. A family is like a nation, and in every nation you must have one head of the government that the rest of the people in that nation cooperate with in order to be successful. And if not, you have anarchy. And that's what we have now in our black homes, because the man has been displaced, and we have devalued the importance of the black man in the home in order to save the black family. It can't be done with just black women and us being pumped up to think that we are the strongest, and we are strong.
And these are black women that I'm using to make my point. These are black women, Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, Dr. Shahrazad Ali, you know, Marimba Ani, she brings up this whole division between the black man and the black woman, and the whole negativity concerning the feminist movement. These are beautiful black women who have set down, who have laid down a blueprint for what white supremacy is doing in terms of breaking up the black family and emasculating the black man. Until next time, I'm Tyrone. Thank you for watching this video. Like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, comment below about how you felt about what I had to say. If you like what I say, if you didn't like what I say, let me know in the comment section below. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, share this video with other people. Until next time, I'm out.